So I thought some of you might enjoy this before and after. The person that I bought this from said that this residue would be like super easy to clean up, so it shouldn't be any problem. But it is like in this spot, I don't know what she had on it, but it's fuzzy and really sticky. And same thing, this it's almost like a tennis ball, but underneath it's like super sticky too. So what I'm going to do is I'm using steel wool, and I'm using Briwax, and this is the light brown color. And I didn't want to use like an adhesive remover because a lot of times it kind of hurts the finish. So I wanted to try this first because the steel wool can get in there and really get it, and the wax like keeps it from really scratching it up. And already I can see it kind of disappearing. And this is pretty easy to do. I mean, all you back and forth. If you do use the wax, you're going to want to make sure you do the whole top so you don't do just spots. So, I mean, we're adding a layer of protection as well as taking off all this fuzzy, funky stuff. Yeah, and she's getting nice and smooth now. And with this, a little bit goes a long way. So as you can see, I'm not like dousing the whole thing. And eventually my wool is going to get clogged up, so I'm going to use a different section of it. And you might be able to see that looks a little bit dull, so we're going to have to kind of buff it. But as far as the tennis ball stuff, pretty much gotten that all out. This is a nice trunk, all in pine. Now let me, if I can work a little bit of magic on this white stuff. Yeah, it's actually coming out nice and smooth. And I'm going with the grain, never against the grain. I was a little bit skeptical because I was going to try some different chemicals first, and I'm like, you know, what if I had Briwax? I'd probably get rid of all of this. And you know what? It looks like I was right. And it feels real smooth, so I think I've gotten the majority of it off. So I'm just gonna finish waxing the rest of the top. And then I'm gonna ditch this piece of steel wool, and I'm gonna get a brand new one, and I'll show you how to buff that out, because you might be able to see it's got like kind of a white hue on it. And I put probably a little bit more on there than I needed to. But when you're done, if you're using the wax the right way, you should have a pretty smooth surface. I still got just a little bit of that yellow stuff. And there's just a little bit of paint transfer right here, so I'm just gonna lean a little bit harder and get that out. All right, so I think we've gotten all the sticky stuff off. I'm gonna grab a brand new pad. I'm just gonna rub it across, and what I'm doing is essentially just taking off that top layer. See how that's all the wax. So when I'm done with that, we'll have a nice surface. It'll be nice and brown again. You just gotta take your time, and when it gets a little bit clogged, then flip it around. And I'll finish this with, after I'm done with the steel wool, I'll use just a regular microfiber towel with a little bit of orange or lemon oil on it, and that'll remove any of the excess wax, and it'll make it nice and shiny. But as you can see, all of our sticky residue is now gone, which was the goal. And the reason I wanted to use the Briwax, a couple of different reasons, because with the steel wool, I kind of figured that it would just take it right on out. Also, I didn't want to spend all day trying to find the right chemical and then hoping that it didn't do anything to the finish on the top, discolor it in any way. So I'm going to add a little bit of luster, a little bit of wax protection on the top, and I got rid of all the sticky stuff. And you can kind of feel it, like it's pretty clogged right now, so just kind of move it to different areas. And I really don't have a whole lot of residue left. And you'll feel it. You can start feeling it like get really, really smooth. And you stop hitting any resistance, may be a strong word, but your steel wool should start sliding a lot more smoothly as the wax goes away. And I think right now, just put a little bit here. But voila! But now there's no sticky stuff. We've got a nice clean shiny top. Gonna hit it with a little bit of orange oil and a rag. Take care of any of the wax that I left. But I mean, before, that yellow stuff was all over there. Same thing, like right in here. There was just a ton of sticky stuff. And it's all gone. So maybe that'll help you with a sticky situation.